Okay, so here are the changes made for 2018. I tried to address a number of the concerns following 2017. So first of all, everything works as you previously expect. So here's some fake data. If I type in a result, then you get the grade, whether it is Athletics Weekly Standard. If it's a record, then it highlights the cell in yellow. New for this year, if you accidentally enter a duplicated letter, so W and W for example, these will be highlighted in red. That also works across, oh, I can't remember what there you go. This also works across A and B string. So if I'd inadvertently typed in W for the B string, it would come up red, so I know that's obviously got to be B string. And again, if I W up here, then that needs to be corrected. What it does not do is to indicate where someone should be promoted to the A string if they were previously B string and had run a faster time, because that really does depend on the circumstances of the event. The other change to the results is, so notice everyone has been given points here. Previously, if people had equal finishes, then you had to edit these numbers manually. Now you can, well, let's say we had two joint first positions. So teams W and U now are given 5.5 and points each. You can also have three equal finishers, and then the top three all have 5 points each. You can even go all the way up to everyone finishes with the same. A little bit of syntactic sugar. You could enter equals next to each of these just to make it clear that everyone is receiving equal positions, but do not mix equals and non-equals. You have to be consistent. So I personally like to have equals here, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like this is maybe more realistic, so you still have the top two receiving 5.5 points. You can obviously mix it here as well. So you have like a joint third here and a joint first. Let's just make that a little bit more easier to read. Then you have 5.5 for the first two and 3.5 for the next two finishers. If someone, well, obviously these people would have times. Let's just give these people some fake times. Oh, that's very slow. Okay, so this person, let's assume they were disqualified. If you entered DQ, it would give people points. You don't want that to happen. So now, if they are disqualified, you see under Z here, they are given 0 points. I could also enter DNS or DNF. All of those give the competitor 0 points. You also, in field events, someone might not score any distances, so you can enter no distance or no height. Basically, anything that starts with a D or an N is given 0 points. You might have a circumstance where the timing fails for whatever reason. If you type in untimed or unrecorded or unknown, then it does give the competitor points. Just bear that in mind. Just basically anything other than D or N uh, as the start letter will assign the competitor some points. A little minor change. Previously, you had to have apostrophes if it was a track event in order for the AW not to appear. I've taken that restriction away. See, it's currently got an apostrophe there. If I take that away, previously that would have put an AW here, but that's no longer the case. It's really a minor point, but change has been made nonetheless. And the only other change, I don't know what's happening with non-scoring relays next year, or this year rather, but I've changed it so if on the declaration sheet any of these 4x1 has an n/s in it, so this is how you declare it, n/s 1, 2, 3, 4. If any of those have a value, then there are dedicated relay lines on the non-scoring sheet. So this is for the under 13 girls 100 meters, but if we go down under 15 girls, there's no X here because there was no athletes declared as non-scoring. So that's automatic, whether the X is populated or not. Give it a letter. Don't. It has to be unique. It can't be shared with any other non-scoring competitor. You might choose to use the team letter, maybe just some letters you have laying around, and then when you populate, make this a little bit bigger actually. When you populate the non-scoring results here. You see it's come up with the name as non-scoring relay team. It doesn't try and extract the names from this sheet here. That would be a little bit complicated to do. So it just gives a default name. Obviously, in the full results, the scoring relay, the names are recorded, but not for non-scoring relays. This doesn't have to be the letter here. It could be like UIP. And then up here, if we type in UIP, it comes up with the name and club. You can honestly put anything there you want. It just has to be unique. And that's all the changes made. There was another minor change in the Quad Kids results system. I made it so you could now use it with LibreOffice, which is an open source Office system software package alternative to Microsoft Office, but probably not worth demonstrating here. So, okay, thank you for listening. I'll try to be quick.